Hi, my name's Matt. I'm the Bishop of the Diocese of Bendigo, and I expect you've clicked on this video because you're curious about Jesus and want to know a bit more. You may have heard of a guy called C.S. Lewis. He wrote a lot of very famous books. The most famous ones are The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe books written for kids. C.S. Lewis took a common phrase. You heard the phrase, where there's life, there's hope? Actually, he took it and turned it round. And I think he's right. Where there's hope, there's life. It's amazing how your horizons open and you can deal with all sorts of difficult and stressful and even dangerous things when you have hope. Now, the reason that Christians have hope all comes down to this one man, Jesus. And we have hope because Jesus comes with all of the greatness of God, the one who, well, in the words of a hymn, flung stars into space, came wrapped in a child to share our existence. And it was a real existence. He grew up as a child doing all the things that kids do. Some of the stories that are often called miracles are the way that Jesus overturns the hopeless life that we so often get trapped in, where things are frustrating or where we're disappointed because our health fades or because the natural order of things, whether it's through disaster or just sheer poverty, grinds us down. And he lived that life in relationship with God the Father so that his heartbeat, as it were, was in step with God's heartbeat, living the life that we couldn't live. And yet he was the one who, in spite of all of that, was put to death. And it's through Jesus' death that we see metaphorically not only all the effects of being in a world that's often so hopeless and broken, being metaphorically nailed to the cross with Jesus, we also see those times when our heart doesn't line up with God's. So it's not only those issues out there, but it's also those issues in here that Jesus dealt with on the cross. Well, the hopeful thing is that Jesus came back from the dead. And through his resurrection, through God saying, yes, that is what restores humanity to me, we have our humanity restored to God. And so as God, well, as it were, lifted him up, we have the offer of being lifted up as well. And friends, that is where we find real hope. Where there is hope, there is life, because God is on the other side of that hope. Look to Jesus, because in Jesus we actually find the foundation and fulfillment of that hope.